3 years. That's how long I lived under the thumb of the worst landlord you could possibly imagine. He stole from me, harassed me, even tried breaking into my home. He thought he was untouchable, that I was just another tenant too scared to fight back. But when he tried to squeeze me one last time, I gave him the kind of payback that hit him where it hurt most, his wallet and his freedom. If you've ever had a landlord, boss, or anyone in power abuse their position, this story is going to feel so good. Hit subscribe, like the video, and drop a comment about the worst landlord you've ever dealt with. Let us dive into a tale where justice wasn't just served, it came with daily fines and felony charges. When I first moved into the apartment, I wasn't expecting luxury. I just needed a roof over my head. But even at the start, things felt off. The building was old, the porch sagged dangerously, and the gas heater looked like it belonged in a museum. Still, I thought, it's temporary. I'll make do. I had no idea I was about to spend the next 3 years living in a nightmare, orchestrated by the most vindictive, money-hungry landlord I'd ever met. This man wasn't just careless. He was malicious. He stole from me, literally. The dryer and other shared household items in the common area? Gone. And when something broke, like the plumbing, instead of admitting it was normal wear and tear, he shoved the bill onto me. Imagine paying rent faithfully every single month, never missing a deadline, only to be told, "Oh, by the way, you owe me for fixing my building." That's exactly what happened. And because of that extra charge, the next month I was a couple of days late. His response? Pure retaliation. One time, he sent me a threatening letter about a parking spot. And when I dared to get a lawyer involved, he tried to hike my rent by $150 a month. This wasn't a landlord. He was a leech. He wanted to drain every cent he could from his tenants, no matter how unethical or illegal it was. And the apartment itself? Falling apart. The porch wasn't just unsafe, it was a lawsuit waiting to happen. The plumbing? Illegal? The heater? Not up to code. And the ceiling? Constantly shedding paint flakes like some sort of depressing snowstorm. Every day, I lived with this gnawing frustration. He had power over the roof above my head, and he used it like a weapon. After 3 years of his nonsense, you'd think he'd run out of ways to torment me. But no. One day, he demanded to raise my rent by $500 a month. Not $50. Not $100. $500. I remember staring at that notice, my hands shaking with rage. My heart pounded so hard, I could feel it in my throat. It wasn't just about money anymore. It was about control. He thought he could squeeze me until I broke. But he didn't realize something important. When you push someone too far, they stop being afraid. And that's when my plan for revenge started forming. 4 days before moving out, I picked up my phone and called the building inspector. I told him everything. The porch that was replaced without a permit, the unsafe heater, the illegal plumbing. Every violation, every corner cut, every dangerous condition this landlord had left us with. The inspector didn't waste time. The very next day, I watched him pull up outside, clipboard in hand, tape measure ready. I stood at my window and felt a rush of satisfaction watching him walk around, jotting notes, measuring, shaking his head. Every violation carried a $500 per day fine until fixed. Think about that. For every day this landlord ignored safety codes, and there were plenty, he was racking up thousands of dollars in penalties. And the best part? Whether or not he fixed them immediately, he was now on the city's radar. He wasn't just some shady landlord flying under the table anymore. He was exposed. For the first time in 3 years, I felt like I had the upper hand. But of course, he wasn't going to let me go quietly. A week before I was set to leave, he tried to pull one last stunt. He demanded that I move out at a specific time. Legally, that's not how it works. I ignored him. So what did he do? He threatened me with the police. Instead of panicking, I walked into the police station myself that morning. I calmly explained the situation and asked them to note that if he tried anything, I was within my rights. Sure enough, later that day, he showed up. He harassed me, threatened me, tried to intimidate me. I called the police, and when they arrived, they told him exactly what I already knew. I was in the right. He had no power here, but his anger only grew more reckless. The next day, I went out briefly to move some things into storage. When I returned, I couldn't get into my own apartment. Why? Because this man had literally nailed my door shut. He broke into my home, trespassed, and sealed it up like he owned me. My blood boiled. My hands shook with a mixture of rage and adrenaline. Enough was enough. I called the police again, this time demanding a supervisor. I wasn't going to let this slide as just another misunderstanding. When the police came, they confirmed it. This wasn't just harassment anymore. This was felony breaking and entering. And just like that, all his arrogance, all his threats, all his abuse of power, it finally caught up with him. Think about it. 3 years of misery. 3 years of being stolen from, overcharged, threatened, and harassed. Now, he was facing daily fines that could bankrupt him, plus felony charges that could ruin his record permanently. I don't know exactly how much he had to pay, or how the court handled it in the long run, but I do know this. He went from being a tyrant who thought he could bully tenants without consequence, to being the one under investigation, the one facing legal trouble, the one with his reputation in flames. And me? I walked away free. No more peeling ceilings, no more illegal plumbing, no more harassment. Just peace. The sweetest part of revenge isn't just seeing someone punished. It's reclaiming your own power. It's standing tall when they expected you to cower.